dive in. Marcus Aurelius never meant to publish his diaries. This makes it more plausible that the contents of his meditations are his honest thoughts about a variety of topics. I could imagine that because a man in the position of emperor and the most powerful person in the world didn't have any equals to talk to and therefore resorted to pen and paper as an outlet. But it could also be that Marcus knew very well about the psychological effects that journaling brings. Anyhow, his writings have provided humanity with profound wisdom to this day, and thus we could say that by journaling he built his own personal Bible, which proved to be invaluable for many generations after him. This brings me to the first benefit of journaling: preserving personal life lessons. It's great to have access to other people's experiences and learn about life by reading books or watching YouTube videos. But there's nothing like our own individual experiences. Every person is unique, and so is every situation. And I believe that the only person we should compare ourselves with when it comes to personal growth is our own past self. By keeping track of our personal life lessons, we will know where and when exactly things went wrong and things went right. Why is this important? Many people make the same mistakes over and over again and just never seem to learn. By having certain key moments in writing, it's easier to remember what we usually forget, so we can make wiser decisions in the present and future. 2. Illuminating what's in the dark. For those who have seen my video about the shadow, probably know what I'm talking about. In Jungian psychology, the shadow is the realm in the unconscious that harbors unwanted personality aspects.
Let's go, let's go. Good morning, familiar. Rise and shine. Another beautiful, blessed, and grateful day. Today, my topic for you guys is going to be the ultimate guide on how to journal. If you don't know who this was about, who you were just listening about, that is Marcus Aurelius, right? One of the top Romans to ever exist. So a great topic for you guys today. But before we go ahead and dive into it, let's drop some gratitude. Down for the Friday, TGIF. Grateful to be alive. Grateful to be on here with you guys. Grateful for God. Grateful to be healthy. Grateful for all the abundance. Grateful for the family. Grateful for the mentors. Grateful for the momentum flowing to and through each of you. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the guide to journaling. All right, lit. So first things first, before we go ahead and get into my nuggets, my meat for the day, I want to go ahead and give you what are the powers as far as mental awareness when it comes to journaling. Because many of you have no idea even the mental awareness side before we even get into why you should even really be doing this. So the first part, 4 bullets for you as far as mental health awareness, right? This is a huge topic going down right now in 2022. This is why I believe it's so important for I don't care what industry, what niche, what background. If you're above 16 years old, you need to be journaling. Okay, I'm going to go through it today. Why? Number 1, it keeps us in the present moment. You see, one of my favorite movies that changed my life this past 6 months is called The Peaceful Warrior. And one of the biggest nuggets that I got from that movie is being able to actually be present in the moment. You see, the problem with most people, we spend literally 97% of our day, we're either stressed, worried about the past, or we're anxious, worried about the future, and we never have any time to sit and just be grateful, to be thankful about being able to be alive, being able to even see the trees moving, being able to hear the birds chirping in your backyard. So many of us take that for granted, but believe it or not, this is the blissful part of life, to be able to be in the moment, right? The past is history, the future is a mystery, but the present is a gift, okay? So number 2, increases self-awareness, right? You can now reflect on your thoughts and your behaviors. Imagine if you just wrote down your thoughts for the whole week. And if you were able to go back and read that and you were able to see, what is my most dominant thoughts? How many of you guys would be on the negative side? You're constantly anxious. You're constantly angry. You constantly have envy in your heart from somebody or somebody in your family. This is when it's most important to evaluate and now change the way that we're seeing things. Because if this cycle repeats, I don't care how much work that we go out and do. I don't care how many notes that you write down. If you don't have the right state inside, you're not going to want to take the action. You're not going to feel good doing it. So this is why I know for a fact this is where we need to get back to the basics. Number 3, it improves communication to express Your feelings. All right. If we're being honest on here, one of my biggest weaknesses, right? Everybody has their own blind spots. I'm gonna be real with you guys. One of my biggest problems is being able to express myself. You see, for me, my pretty much my whole life, I grew up without a mother and I grew up with just my father. So he doesn't talk about his feelings. So when it came to me dealing with life, my sister passing and all of these different things, I never knew how to talk about it. I never knew how to open up about it. And for a while, it was like bottling up a Coke bottle with Mentos in it, right? I was just waiting to explode because I had so much emotion in me and I never knew how to get it out. So when you guys can understand the power of journaling, guess what? Now you're able to put your thoughts, you're able to express your feelings on paper. And this is so important because at the end of the day, nobody else needs to read your journal. So don't worry about other people reading it, but start to put your emotions on paper and watch how good that it feels. Number 4, you promote self-reflection, right? Just like I was talking about before, you can go back and look at it. So this is the four mental health benefits. Now let's go ahead and get into the meat for today, okay? Journaling. Let's go ahead and go over the definition. What even is journaling? Right here. Journaling is the habit of keeping a diary or a log about our experiences, insights, or our ideas, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit deeper. 3 things why you need to be journaling. Why everybody should implement journaling into their life. Number 1, it preserves your personal life lessons. Okay. Imagine if you were able to go back and show, when you were 25 years old, if you're able to show your son when he gets to be 25, all of the lessons that you were able to learn, going through the trials and tribulations, so he could learn from you. How powerful, how crucial would that be to be able to show him that? So I started thinking not just short term, but long term. How am I going to be able to affect the next individuals that are stepping into my shoes? How can they learn from my life lessons? Number 2, you illuminate what's in the dark. This is so big because you know why? You know why many of us are so stressed out. We're so anxious. We're so overwhelmed by so many things. It's not the mask that we go out and show the world. It's not the mask that you go out and show social media. It's the person that you are naked when you go to bed at night. Those thoughts that you start thinking by yourself, that's the real subconscious mind I really want to dig into. That's the thoughts you need to pay attention to. Because you can put on the facade all day long, but when you come back home at night, are you really grateful? Are you really blessed? Are you really joyful about where it is that you're going? If the answer is no, this is why you need to start illuminating your negative thoughts in the dark. Because if you can start to figure out where they're coming from, you're going to start figuring out how to handle them. Most of us, we hide our feelings and we suppress them. And we live a numb life. I don't want you to hide or suppress your feelings. I want you to be able to use them and channel that energy the right way. Okay. Number 3, actually write this down. This is big. You ready? Journaling is the color to your souls. This is so important to understand. Journaling is an insight on the color to your soul. So if you can start to document your life, watch how colorful you start to see it. Yes, we have ups. Yes, we have downs, but you'll start to notice that your downs end up creating the higher highs. It's all a part of life. Number 3 is going to be strengthening discipline. I'm going to be real with you guys. Journaling is very hard for me. Even to this day, it's still not second nature to me, right? But here's what I know. If you can learn to get the discipline to journal every day, that discipline is going to ripple in every aspect of your life. You know why? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. So imagine if you were to start to get in the habit of every morning you started to journal your thoughts. Let me ask you, don't you think it'd be easier to start going to the gym, to start eating better, to start taking care of yourself, to start actually getting a real routine for the day? So it starts with little things and that ripples into every aspect of your life. But if you can learn something as little as this, watch how much it starts to change everything. So I want to give you an example, right? I love visualization because it helps paint the picture for you to understand the lesson. So this is what it looks like if you don't journal and you're feeling overwhelmed, okay? Imagine your room. You've got clothes everywhere. It's dirty. It's a mess. You can't even walk through it because you've got so many things on the floor, right? This is what journaling does. Journaling allows you to take all of that mess in your room, clean it, organize it, dust it off, and now everything is neat and tidy. Drop a 7 down below if you guys would like your mindset to get into that type of state. If you could stop getting so overwhelmed and have everything clean, organized, tidy, and neat. How many of you guys would like that into your life right now? How much easier would it be to go ahead and step into your to-do list for the day? That's literally what's happening. Essentially, you're taking the mess of your mind, you're taking all these jumbled thoughts, okay? You're putting it into words on paper, and you're removing the nonsense. That's the whole gist of journaling. That's the whole point of why it is we're going to take the time to even do this. So I'm going to go through this real quick. The 7 strategies to journal like Marcus Aurelius, right? One of the top 5 biggest emperors to ever live, one of 5. And you'll notice he was known not for his great achievements, not for all of the things that he went out and did. He was known for his journal, because his journal ended up lasting tens of thousands of years. So you're going to see how it breaks down, because this is just the beginning. Number 1, journal in the morning, okay? Preparation. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So prepare, plan, and meditate on how you plan to act each day, right? At the end of the day, if you know you're going to have obstacles, if you know you're going to have to go through things for the day, mentally prepare yourself. You're not going to be afraid when you get hit with it if you already know what's coming. So start to envision your day how you want it to go before it happens. Number 2, repeat important things. That's why you hear it so many times. If you can write your goal down in the morning, if you can write it down at nighttime, you're starting to program your subconscious brain. Okay, so what are you guys writing every day? What are you thinking? Here's something that I'm repeating. We could pass any day, so let that determine how we go ahead and take the action today. If you thought like that every morning, and you know you might not even you might not have tomorrow promised, don't you think you would move a little bit different? Well, here's the truth. Tomorrow isn't promised. So if you can get that insight today and take that action today, you're going to move a little bit different. All right. Next one is going to be copy down your favorite quotes, right? When you guys get on Zoom call, when you guys get on audios and you hear different trainings, take those quotes that you like, that resonate with you, and write them down on paper. See that every day. Wake up to that positivity. Wake up to get in that state of mind, and watch how different your day starts. Next, ask yourself tough questions. This is hard. It's not easy to do, but I'm telling you, if you really want to get to the next level, guess what's important? You've got to dig deep emotionally. Okay. Many of you are not getting to the next level because you're only scratching the surface. You don't have the real drive, the passion behind it to go ahead and take the action. So asking tough questions. What are some tough questions that you guys can ask? Okay. Here's a couple questions that I'm even asking myself. How to protect against the stresses and pressures of daily life? Am I afraid of death? This is little things you got to ask yourself. Am I ready to go ahead and step into the best version of myself? All of these things I'm starting to figure out, because at the end of the day, when you put life into perspective, you start to move a little bit different, especially when you understand that time isn't promised for any man or any woman. Okay, so that's going to get you moving a little bit. Last but not least, review the evening. Okay, as you start to journal in the morning and you go throughout your day, you've got to be able to evaluate how your day went. What was your ideas? What was your thoughts? How did you handle certain situations? Because truth be told, many of us, if you could go back and look at it, you would have probably handled that situation differently. Somebody got you stressed out and you acted wrong off of emotion. Guess what? Now, when you come back to your journal at nighttime, you can evaluate how you handled that situation. Moving forward, you can handle it different. Let's say you lost money trading today. You got all upset and it ruined your whole day. You see, if you had a journal, you'd be able to go back and evaluate that emotion and go be able to change it the next time that happens in your life. So if I were to give you guys anything tactical to go ahead and get a physical journal, I've got a really dope website that you guys can actually go ahead and check out. It is called stoicjournals.com. Okay, go check out dailystoic.com/journal. If you guys want to go ahead and get a real simple, easy journal to go ahead and start implementing this into your daily routine, watch how much this changes. So family, that's my training for you today on the ultimate guide on how to journal. If you guys got any value from that, if you plan on implementing journaling into your daily routine, smash the like button, drop some twos down below, because I'm telling you, this is going to change the game for you. Family, it is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. If nobody told you today, you are powerful, you are a leader, you are unstoppable, but I need you to go ahead and meet me halfway. So if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So family, it's game time. Fired up for the month of May. This month is the month of miracles, the month of massive action. So family, let's keep it moving. Let's go! It's time to up it this month, family. It's time to up it. Let's go! See you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded.